Awesome. Hey, this is Dave from Fastener's Paradise. Newsflash. I just picked up a new fastening machine, and you don't want it. But I wanted to talk about it because I get a lot of questions. I see a lot of commentary online about these things. This thing right here has a lot of different names. Cheap junk, imported cheap fastening machine. And a lot of people think, well, should I start with one of these cheap machines and see if I like fastening? And I understand that logic, and for some folks it might be the right move. I generally do my best to discourage people from making that move, and I'll explain why. If you're only going to spend a few $100s, that's nice. But you're better off, if possible, going to a local lapidary club, going and learning something about faceting on their machines, and then figuring out that way. Number one, you're supporting an awesome club. I know here in Tucson, the Old Pueblo Lapidary Club is astounding. We're having the United States Fasteners Guild is having the Fastening Symposium February 3, 4, 5 coming up. So if you can do that, that's awesome. If you live in the hinterlands, that may not be a possibility. So should you buy a cheap Chinese machine? Well, let's start with this one. These generally cost somewhere $300, $400, $436. They come with these random numbers. And it is super, super heavy. This is cast iron, super heavy. But I'll show you a few of the many weaknesses of this machine. One is, this costs $200, $300, $400, $500. I just bought it for about $50. So if you want to lose money, hey, this is a great way to do it. And some things are kind of silly, like this little protractor here. Yeah, it's based on a lot of the older machines have this protractor, and some of them are really great. But if you look at this thing and look how close the degrees are, all they had to do was make this protractor this much bigger and this arrow here this much longer, and think about how much more detail on the angles you would have if they just would have done that. And look at this. It's just screwed on, by a couple screws. It was no big deal. Why? Come on, why? And then, of course, this super tiny lap, you got really no room to sweep. You got this kind of silly dop on the thing. And then, of course, this just comes out, if you want to do that and look at it. So could you learn something on it? Absolutely. You could learn that you hate this machine. What I wouldn't want is that you would learn that you didn't like faceting because it was such a junky machine. But if you'll just look behind me, I'll show you the best use of this machine. As I said, it's cast iron, very heavy. But what do you see back there? A boat. This machine is a fabulous boat anchor. If you need an anchor for your boat and you don't mind spending $200, $300, $400 for it, there you go. Look, it even has an on-off switch. Woo! You can learn pinyin. That's Chinese writing. You can learn how to spell on and off in Chinese. You can get a boat anchor. But I literally bought it just to show people what it is. So when folks come into Fastener's Paradise here in Tucson, open daily, we could show them, hey, here's a Chinese machine. Here's what it looks like. You don't got to go on eBay and mess around and take a chance on not even getting it. But here's our take. If you're going to do faceting, would you rather buy a V5 from Ultratech, an American company that's going to service your machine, that are selling now used 30-year-old machines are selling for 3 times what they sold for new? That's a good investment. You would never use that as a boat anchor. So get a V5. If you want one, give me a call, David at Fastener's Paradise. My number is 520-907-5527. It's on the website, fastenersparadise.com. I don't know how to put it on the screen. There's your boat anchor, V5, VL, Glass Tech. Give me a call. Message me on Facebook. Either way, I could hook you up. Have a fabulous day. It's 71 degrees here in Tucson. If you're coming to Tucson, please come visit. Come to the Faceting Symposium if you can. And either way, have a great day. I'll see if I can do some live shoots from out when we're buying rough, out when we're doing the Faceting Symposium if you can't make it. Take care.